Now, white people, I need us all to collectively unclench, okay? This is a time to celebrate. It's almost Black History Month and almost time for the Black History Month Craftivism Make-Along 2024. So you know what that means. I'm bringing you 10 knit and crochet patterns by Black designers that you need to make this winter. Hello, welcome. My name is Akia and I am the glimmering goddess behind Dr. Charlie Untangled. I am a maker, a knit and crochet wear designer, a craftivist, and a biomedical engineering PhD from the South Side of Chicago. Hey. Okay, so I know sometimes in the fiber arts community, whenever an all Black thing comes up, like some fifis also come up for people and, you know, people feel a way about it. There are a number of white designers that I love and will continue to make, as do we all. But part of the intention of my platform and my business is to promote and celebrate Black people and Black businesses. This is not meant to be exclusionary. This is actually meant to be a time of celebration, a time of acknowledging some designers that you may not have heard of or may not be familiar with their repertoire. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited because I have put together a list of 10 knitwear designers and 10 crochet wear designers to inspire us to make some beautiful things this winter and help you to maybe, you know, inspire you if you're joining us and participating in the Black History Month Craftivism Make-Along that's starting February 4th. Yes, February 4th is starting. So we need to be getting our plans together anyway. I don't know why I feel like I have to justify this. Like, there really isn't a reason, you know, and I hope that like everybody under the sound of my voice is being intentional about, you know, looking for folks who are outside of their purview and outside of the assumed, you know, professionalism and experience and whatever of white designers. Like, they are great, but there are also other people. It's a yes and not a this or that. So I really hope that, you know, everybody is exploring Black designers, Hispanic and Latinx designers, Asian folks, you know, of indigenous descent, all of the things. Find designers and patterns and independent yarn dyers of all kinds of backgrounds, because I feel like that's the core of who we are as fiber artists. You know, we are always looking to learn a new skill and broaden our horizon and try new things and find community with other people that we didn't know exist, that don't necessarily live next to us or, you know, whatever. It's a way to build community, and that community is very diverse. And so I really, again, like I said, I don't know why I feel like I have to justify this. I probably need to unpack that in therapy, but I really love an opportunity to celebrate, you know, Black folks that are doing wonderful things and hopefully expand the horizons of those around me as people around me have expanded my horizons, you know. So yeah, I would love to know your thoughts about that. So definitely, you know, leave a comment, and I would love to create a dialogue about this, but one that is, you know, respectful and kind. Like, I'm not looking for no smoke from nobody, but I also won't tolerate no foolishness in the comments neither. So this is, like I said, just a time of celebration, and I really hope that y'all look at all 20 of these designers and realize, like, snap, I got some more people to explore. Like, there are some styles that I maybe didn't even know existed or that people had designed that really speak to me. Yeah, I just hope you find something you like. That's really the goal of all of this, and to get some inspiration. I love the inspiration patterns and trend videos that like High Fiber Knits and Knee Knits puts together. I watch those like every time they come out. So I wanted to do that, but with a little twist, you know? So get ready to get into it. And if you like this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I plan to put out a number of really wonderful videos this year. I got lots of plans for the girls, okay? And lots of events and things to do, including the Black History Month Craftivism Make-Along. So if you are interested in that, go to my website and sign up for all the updates for the Make-Along. It's gonna be a wonderful time. I think we're gonna have a great turnout. We're gonna do a live kickoff event at Nina Chicago and a midway event and a wrap-up event at Miss Pearl Chicago. Chicago. So I'm so excited about the things that are to come. Please be on the lookout for an informational that I'm going to post with all of the details about how to sign up, who to potentially support, and how you could potentially win a prize at the end. And to see the patterns that I'm going to talk about today, in addition to a number of other patterns that are being featured for the make-along, go to the make-along page on my website to see the resource page and just fully just be inspired to a higher state of self. So this is by no means an exhaustive list. I could not possibly include all of the Black designers that ever exist. I encourage you to search some Black designers on your own, but this list I put together of patterns that I really think are very beautiful by 20 different designers. So hopefully you take this and run with it to go find some patterns and some people to support that maybe you hadn't heard of, or you just hadn't gone back to see what they had published in a while even. Because for some of them I was like, oh girl, I didn't know you came out with that. So there's some good stuff in here. So I hope y'all are ready. I hope y'all are taking notes because I'm about to inspire the crap out of you, okay? And without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, we're gonna start with the knitting patterns, and I'm very excited because there's so many good ones in here. Okay. All right, so the first pattern is called The Speakeasy Slipover by Shauna K. Salmon, aka Shayna on Instagram. And I love the slipover. So I'm looking at my notes here because there's deets and I need to give you all the deets. I love the slipover. Y'all know how I'm feeling about slipovers. And I feel like slipovers are gorgeous, and I feel like this one is no exception. It's like, first of all, DK weight, and it's got this gorgeous V-neck and this beautiful cabling detail on the side, which it's kind of been my jam. I don't know if y'all saw my last video of all the things that I made in 2023, and I feel like this is right up my alley after making the Rhoda sleeveless top. So definitely check this one out. Now, I know you may be thinking like, oh, this doesn't feel very winterized, but definitely putting this on top of a long sleeve tee or something and pairing with jeans and boots, I think would make a really cute outfit. But if the slipover is not enough of a wintry outfit for you, I definitely would recommend her downtown sweater dress pattern. It's literally a sweater dress, similar kind of idea where it's a sleeveless long dress that you can wear with maybe tights and like a button up underneath. I think it's so chic and, you know, so cozy, and I want to make this one too. So you got a bonus pattern. Okay, the next pattern is called The Stockton Sweater by Jewel of North Knits. And I love Jewel. She's the sweetest human. And she just came out with this really cool pattern in partnership with Lion Brand using Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. And I just think it's a really beautiful, like, staple basic sweater that's made out of super bulky weight. It sometimes can be difficult to make a sweater that looks like a closet staple that's a super bulky weight. Usually super bulky weight sweaters are like statement pieces, but this one it does make a statement, but it's also really beautiful. And I love the colors that she used because it's like all green, you know, and green adjacent. So obviously my jam. Definitely check out the Stockton Sweater and Jewel. Okay, the next pattern is called The Modern Mudcloth Infinity Scarf. Yes. By Chinua Matthews of Chin Two Together on Instagram. Also a very, very sweet human. I love this pattern. If y'all couldn't tell by my Beal and Bogalon scarf patterns, I love a mudcloth motif. And so this infinity scarf, it's a beautiful, quick way to make a really cool statement piece. And I love that it incorporates, you know, this beautiful mudcloth motif. It's also really fun color work. And if that's not enough for you, there's also a modern mudcloth sweater pattern that's absolutely beautiful and stunning and unisex and gorgeous, and still tons of really fun and like easy to get into color work. So check out the infinity scarf and the sweater version. Okay, the next pattern was recently published by Ginkgo Bee, and it's called the Candela Sweater. And it is this beautiful, fluffy, brioche, gorgeous moment. And I love this pattern so much. It's a worsted weight pattern, and it features instructions for both single and 2-color brioche. So if you're trying to get into brioche and you're feeling adventurous and you're like, yes, I want a brioche pullover sweater with balloon sleeves and a wide neckline, this is it. I definitely am casting this on at some point during this year because this is like hop, skipped, and jumped right over the queue. I love the sweater so much. And it's perfect for like any like bold colorway that you're like, oh, I want to make something in this color, I might even make the Candela sweater potentially in the La Bien-Aimée tomato soup red colored yarn that I got at Cakepalooza this year. I feel like this might be the pattern for it. Like, I have been looking for a pattern for that yarn, and I feel like this might be it. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta check the yardage, but this might be it. Fingers crossed for me, y'all. Okay, the next pattern is by one of my favorites, Brandy Cheyenne Harper. If you haven't checked out her book, Knitting for Radical Self-Care, get into it, okay? But the pattern of hers that I'll be featuring today is called the Shawl Collar Jacket, and it's gorgeous. I love the wonderful things that she does with super bulky weight yarn. She makes beautiful patterns, and this is no exception. It's got, you know, garter, which I feel like everybody is super into now. It's got this huge fluffy collar that almost feels like a hood, but not quite. And I feel like it's a cute jacket that you can put over something, like if you're going somewhere and like, you know, it's gonna be cold, or you work in a really cold office. I feel like this is a perfect like cozy office sweater. Or if you're just like, it's always, you know, I keep the heat on 65 because inflation and it's cold in the house. I think this is perfect. I love how fluffy it is, and it just looks so professional. Like, the details are just intricate. I love all of the finishings. It just looks beautiful, and I feel like you can crop it the way you want. Lots of opportunity for statement piece in this one. Okay, the next pattern is by Gabriella Tremenio, and this pattern is called the River's End Mitt. Now, she has a number of patterns, but I focus on this one because I have really been looking for a fingerless mitt pattern, and, you know, one that isn't like fingering weight yarn. I don't know what that's about, but like, all the ones that I like are fingering weight patterns. Now, this is sport weight, so in my head I feel like I can scoot that up to DK, which is what most of my stash is, and like even probably stash bust with this one. This only requires like at most 305 yards, so I feel like this would be a perfect stash buster for stuff I have laying around. I love the detail on the wrist. It almost looks like a maybe chevron, maybe herringbone. I'm not sure exactly what that pattern is, but it's absolutely beautiful. And it comes in different sizes because I have thick wrists, I guess. I don't know, but it comes in different sizes, you know, so you can adjust based on the size of your wrist and hands. Okay, so this next pattern is by Simone Jennings. I had never heard of her, so I was really pleased to find her repertoire. And this one is a fun one. It's a sweater called Ribbed for Your Pleasure. And it's a beautiful, 4x2 rib stitch sweater that has this thick wide collar that doesn't feel like it's choking you. I'm not a boat neck girl. It's just not my testimony, but I do, you know, enjoy like a sweater that has a wide neck. Like, I don't like anything too much bunching in on my neck, but this looks like it would give you like a statement neck without, you know, choking you to death. And I really love the rib look. I think it's so beautiful. Like, I think ribbing is just incredible. I love the variety of things you can make and looks that you can create with different kinds of ribbing. And yes, I need this in my life. And again, DK weight, like, can't go wrong. So check her out. She also goes by Wonderful Knits on Instagram as well. So look at her things. It's cute in there. Okay, so I love this next designer. Her name is Ronti of Ronti Studio. I feel like she really is like fashion forward and cutting edge. I love the things that she's creating. Today we're going to focus on the Gambit jumper that is like this checkered pattern jumper, and I think it's so beautiful. It's just, first of all, it's the sample that she has made is green and cream, and again, you don't have to do much to get me in the room when the sweater is green, okay? But it's a beautiful like checker pattern that is very trendy right now. She has other patterns that are also really trendy and really kind of fashion forward, and I really like where she's going. She doesn't have a ton of patterns so far, but I feel like she's one to watch, you know? So Ronti, you doing your thing. Hey, it's Editing Akia here. So I realized that I completely forgot a designer, Nabita of Creatia Studio. She's quickly becoming one of my favorites. I wanted to talk about her Delta sweater. It's this DK weight, DK and lace held together big, fluffy, oversized sweater that is like a really popular silhouette happening now, and I just absolutely cannot get enough. She has it modeled in this really like beautiful heathered gray color and a cream color, and I feel like for all the neutral girls, like this is your jam. But I also really envision this being a wonderful pop of color for those who like a little bit more color. So check it out. Like, I love the split hem and the high-low, like the longer length in the back. It's absolutely stunning. It looks like 2x2 ribbing. I don't know, what ribbon is this? It looks like 2x2 ribbing in a folded collar. Stunning. It's got all the pieces of like the current really popular modern oversized fluffy sweaters. So get into it. And if you're like, okay, I don't want to make a sweater right now, definitely look into her basset hat. I have been coveting this hat for a while, okay? It's this really modern take on like a pilot hat, and it's absolutely stunning. And I feel like you could stash dive for this one, or put together some leftovers or something you only have a couple skeins of and really like make a statement hat. It's absolutely beautiful. So look into the basset hat and the Delta sweater. I gave you an extra pattern because I absolutely forgot her. But check out Nabita. She's making all the things. Another one to keep an eye on. Okay, so the next pattern is by Melissa of Homebody Fibers, and I love this sweater. It's called the Year-Round Popover, and it's just this beautiful, effortless, very like feminine and simple, what is it called? Yoke neck sweater. And I wasn't really sure so this is a yoke neck sweater. Actually, this is a great opportunity to pause and talk about what I'm wearing. So I'm wearing the rug sweater, and this is with BLM modifications that I made on the chart for the top and bottom rounds. And this is one of my favorite makes of 2022. It's big and fluffy, and it was like budget yarn and some yarn that I actually got from my grandmother who taught me how to knit, and she was like, I don't need this no more, and I'm like, yoink, I will take this. It's like mohair blend from the 70s, so love it. But anyway, back to Melissa, back to the Year-Round Popover sweater. Because this was my first foray into like yoke sweaters, I was like, but I really like how this looks on her. And I love that a number of the tester models that she has are not like super small, because I want to know how it's going to look on me in a slightly larger body, So I think this is a beautiful sweater, and I feel like it looks gorgeous on all sizes. And like, check out some of the sample test knits. Like, I was really surprised at how beautiful this looks on so many different body types. And like I said, it's got this little lace detailing that makes it look really like feminine and elegant. If you can't tell, I really like this pattern. Also, if you go to drcharlieuntangledcom and sign up for a make along update, you will get a treat, because Melissa was so kind enough to give me a code to get this pattern for free. Yes, for free. If you use the code that I will provide in the email for the make along updates, definitely go check it out and sign up for the updates, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be such a rich event. Go sign up, get them updates right now, and get you a free pattern, because this is a good one. Okay, you don't want to miss out on this. Okay, we're gonna jump right into the crochet patterns, and I'm really excited about these two, because I don't know what it is, but I feel like the crochet girls don't be getting their just due, okay? They're out here making patterns in regular crochet, like traditional crochet, Tunisian crochet, making stuff look like knitting, but it's not. Like, the crochet girls are out here doing literal magic, and like, someone needs to proclaim in the streets that they're out here killing it, okay? So let's jump right in. First, we're gonna start with our crochet queen, Tony Lipsy of TL Yarn Crafts. Now, she has 1.5 million patterns, many of them sweaters, but I wanted to highlight this pattern called the Silent Mode Scarf, because I saw it and I just thought it was so beautiful. It's very on trend. It's giving like Sophie scarf vibes, or like the Sophie shawl vibes, and I just thought this was a beautiful like you know, crochet alternative to that kind of style. And the texture in this pattern, I think it's a beautiful stitch pattern. What is this called? I don't know. Doesn't say. I don't know what the stitch pattern is called. I need to just buy the pattern and find out, but the stitch pattern is beautiful. It's like long and gorgeous, and I feel like this is one of them ones, you know, where you'll just be like, oh, this is such a simple design, but it's making statements. Like, I would love to see this in a bright color for the winter. I think it would be beautiful and gorgeous. You can wrap it up a bunch of times and it'd be really fluffy and warm. Get into it. Okay, the next on the list of crochet designers is Leah of I Play with Fiber. Her crochet collective wrap. Now, I don't know if y'all follow I Play with Fiber on Instagram and see the things that Leah is doing over there, but she is a knit and crochet designer, and I'm featuring the crochet collective wrap because look at it. I know y'all see it. That thing is huge and gorgeous and delicious, and I feel like you can just take it anywhere and it's just like, hello, I have made it, you know, like everyone move out of the way. It's such a beautiful wrap, and it's made with Hue and Me, Lion Brand, and Alexi's yarn line, and I feel like this is the perfect way to showcase this yarn. So like, girl, y'all did it over here with this one. And like, Leah just has all the swag in the world. Like, I don't know if you have seen the other things that Leah makes, like her gingham scarf that I saw. Definitely check that one out. That's not officially in my list, but go check that one out. It's a knitting pattern, and I saw the picture she took and I was like, oh, Leah. So just off the swag alone, off the strength of the swag, go follow her and find her patterns and make her things. The next pattern is by Amy of Hooks of Love, and it's the Nemono cardigan. Now, I am also in a cardigan mood. I feel like I haven't finished any so far, but one of my main goals of 2024 is to make a bunch of cardigans. Well, at least one. Get one out, you know? I have a lot of cardigans in the queue, basically, we'll put it that way. And I have a number of knit ones, particularly that have like a fisherman's rib or kind of brioche kind of styling or patterning, but I don't have anything on my list, you know, in the crochet category that's in that same fabric style. And when I came across this, I was like, oh, well, listen, I don't have words. The game is changed. This sweater is beautiful. It's a beautiful cardigan. I feel like it's a wonderful statement piece. I wear cardigans all the time because I work from home most of the time, and I can have like maybe a less professional shirt like underneath, and then like put, you know, a really beautiful cardigan on top, and it just is ta-da, work appropriate, you know. And I feel like this will fit in that category. It's a worsted weight sweater, and it uses a J hook, amen, so I feel like it's gonna work up really quickly. I'm really excited about this one. This one's also like jump in the queue. So, and I had never heard of Amy before. So check out her things, check out the Nemono cardigan, and I feel like you're gonna like it once you see all of the details. Like, oh my gosh, this edging, the pocket. Oh, go look it up now, right now. All right, so this next pattern is by my girl Key from Designs by Key, and again, she has a number of patterns that I think are absolutely exquisite and beautiful. I've made one of her off the shoulder summer tops before, and it was really fun to make and really easy. But this one is called the Blooming Bells top. Okay, editing Akia here again. So unfortunately, I realized that this sweater is no longer available online anymore. So instead, we're gonna focus on the Delilah sweater by Key. And I feel like it's such a beautiful sweater that also has like some good texture. It's a really good staple cropped crochet sweater with a little bit of interest, and it's a worsted weight pattern, and let's see, with a 5.25 millimeter crochet hook. So I feel like it'll work up really quickly, and it's still really beautiful. She has it modeled in this gorgeous orange color, so I think this might be a nice sub. It doesn't have the same bell sleeves and things like that, but it is a free pattern over on her blog. So, and I also have this listed on the resource page for the make along, so check it out. Okay, the next one is by Natalia of, oh my gosh, I'm getting fuzz everywhere. The thing about wearing a fuzzy sweater is that you just are perpetually covered in fuzz. This one is by Talia Crochet Creations, and it's called the Breakfast Sweater. Now, Talia makes some designs, okay? Go look at her sweater patterns because they're beautiful. They're like really nice. She has cardigans, she has, you know, more like pullover kind of sweaters, including this one. And I love this breakfast sweater. It's got this really great texture that I think is like, it's gotta be like a front post or back post something. I'm not exactly sure what the stitch is, but it creates this really cool like waffling pattern that I think is really kind of on trend and really like getting into the texture vibes that I'm into for winter of 2024. Like, it's all texture for me, because we all heard the struggles that I have with finishing patterns that have like a sea of stockinette, or like in a crochet version, like a sea of maybe like half double crochet or whatever. I'm looking for the texture now. So this is definitely giving me that. And it's beautiful. It's got this really nice finishing with the like the ribbing on the neckline and the cuffs in the bottom of the sweater. And I think it just looks gorgeous. And I love the like cream color that she is modeling it in. Gorgeous. And Aran weight with a J hook. Again, about to work up quickly. Like, y'all, if I get my life together and bust out these sweaters, y'all gonna be like, oh my God, how did she do it? Yes. Yeah. Okay, and the next pattern is by Not Bad Brit. If you don't know her, find her. She is the founder of the Makers of Color Collective, and she makes beautiful things. And this cowl pattern is no exception. It's called the agate cowl. I hope that's how you pronounce it. But it's this beautiful 2-color contrasting crochet cowl that uses like, I don't know if it's like a linen stitch or something. I don't know what it is, but it creates this beautiful texture, and it gives you an opportunity for some really cool stripes. I feel like this is one of those patterns that could be good for like, you know, winter moving into spring, but also if you use like a thicker, heavier yarn, it could be good for winter as well. And the shape is really cool, so it like increases as you go down, so when you put it on, the bottom part sits out like wider than the top, so you really can kind of see all of the layers of the cowl, which I think is a really cool design. Because one of the issues I have with cowls is that like it gets bunched up and you can't like, I like just want to hold it like this so you can see all of my beautiful work. But with this one, it's like made to show all of the different layers of texture in it, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. All right, so next up is my girl Kristen Grimes of Yarn Theory. If you haven't followed her on Instagram and have just been overtaken by the like pure hashtag aesthetic of her social media, like, I don't know what you're doing. But Kristen is a wonderful, sweet human, and she makes incredible patterns, and many of them are like bags and baskets and things, and to the point where I bought a bag from her because I was just so like blown away by the quality of her work. So today we're focusing on the River City shawl, and it's this really cool Tunisian crochet scarf that, what does this use? The Tunisian simple stitch and the twisted simple stitch to create this really cool like almost rib texture. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I don't know like if it's just like a property of the yarn that she used to create this really cool color effect, but I feel like this would be the perfect pattern to use with like a variegated yarn and to really see the colors come through. It's absolutely stunning, and it looks gorgeous, and she looks gorgeous in it, and I feel like this would be perfect statement piece for the winter to just wrap around you and be warm and like cool at the same time, you know. Okay, enough of my bad jokes. Next is a pattern by Kelsey Weeks of Crafting for Weeks. I discovered her some years ago, and I think I have like a leopard beanie of hers like hidden around here somewhere. We're not going to talk about all the whips that I forgot in that video. But today we're talking about the houndstooth convertible mitts. Now, I love a houndstooth, okay? I love a leopard print, and I feel like me and Kelsey are here, okay? And these mitts are perfect for that, to just give you like a little like flash of like this timeless classic fabric pattern. And she's also pictured wearing the mitts with a scarf version that matches, and I already know that she has a matching hat. So I know that like the scarf hasn't come out yet, but we're all waiting. Kelsey, just patiently whenever you get around to it, girl, because I love it. I love a houndstooth moment, and these mitts I think are a perfect way of just like diving in and getting a quick little like, ooh, hey, is that houndstooth? Why, girl, yes it is. And they're convertible, so you can, you know, make them with and without a thumb, it looks like, and you can flip it up and back so that you have access to your fingers. I love a convertible mitt, so definitely check this out, and check out all of Kelsey's patterns. She makes really cool things with crochet and that use, what's the word, grid, like tapestry crochet that uses like a grid, that specific type of color work. So check it out. All right, the next one is, I have had my eyes on this pattern for a long time, and it is by my dear friend Natalie from Detroit Knots, and it's called the Calm Cardi. Now, this one is also made with Lime Branch Jeans yarn, and I feel like they were in their bag when they made that yarn. But like, I feel like the reason why it shines is because of makers like Natalie. Like, look at this cardigan. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, we know that Natalie is the Tunisian crochet queen, but she also has designed this. She has designed this in traditional crochet, and I love it. I love the hidden pocket and like the 2-color moment, and I love that it's such a simple design, but it looks really elevated and elegant because of the like the edging and the ribbing that she added in. It's just absolutely stunning, and I feel like it's a perfect like cozy staple for winter that I just need in my closet. So look out, because this one's happening too. I have so much to do, y'all. I have so much I want to make. So y'all gotta help me get some of these off the needles and off the hooks, because I need to see these in real life. Okay, last but not least is a pattern by my girl Corinne. Now, she is the queen of making a shawl. Okay, her shawls and wraps are absolutely stunning. I don't really think I had seen a lot of crochet shawls and wrap really before diving into her work. And when I tell you the things that she's doing with the crochet hook and a wrap, I'm not even a wrap girl, but these are absolutely beautiful. And one of my favorites of hers is called the Nadia shawl. And it's this really cool, like, it's almost like a boxy mesh pattern that I really enjoy. It looks very symmetrical, and it's got tassels, and I love tassels. And it's this really long, like gorgeous, you know, statement moment that you can really wrap up and be really squishy, or just kind of drape. You know, it's very drapeable. And it's made with a worsted weight yarn, Knit Picks Wool the Andes, uses a K hook, so I know it works up quickly. It's cozy, it's modern, it's got ribbing. It's just absolutely stunning. Definitely check this out, this like mesh lace pattern that I feel like is super in. I love this, so check it out. Okay, so those are all of the knit and crochet patterns by Black designers that I have put together that you need to be making this winter. And like I said, I am super excited to be putting together patterns by Black makers and finding Black independent yarn dyers to put together for that resource page for the Black History Month Craftivism make-along. So definitely go check that out for some inspiration for some folks that you can support all across the fiber business. And hopefully you take all 20 of these different designers and find something that you like, look into their repertoire, and go support those folks. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the content today, definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell to get notifications for when I drop the next one. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok for all the things that are happening in between videos. And because all of the live check-ins for the make-along will be on Instagram, so definitely follow me there if you don't already. And thank y'all so much for joining me today, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. One day, I'm gonna actually feel comfortable in front of the camera. One day. Happy MLK Day, y'all.